Hey folks, Sid Smith here, Daily Hypervisor, and that's something I want to share with you guys. So recently at VMware we had something we call our Tech Summit, which is an internal gathering of all of our technical folks, and during the Tech Summit we have something called a hackathon. And a hackathon is all about, as you guys I'm sure know, creating something really cool using some of the products that we have. And I don't know if you're all familiar with this device here, which is the Amazon Echo. Tom Bonanno and I decided we were going to build an integration with the Echo to allow us to use our voice to interact with VRA. Power on, power off, deploy, destroy, those types of things. And what we built actually turned out to be a little bit more powerful than what we realized, because not only are we able to interact with VRA, but we decided to integrate this to VRO, which then opens up the possibilities to interacting with pretty much anything we can with VRO itself. So before I get into how we built it, why don't we go ahead and give a little bit of a demonstration, and I'll hold this up so you can see what's going on with the Echo device itself. Alexa, ask vRealize voice automation to power on server plane.
As you have requested, sir, the plane server is now on, and resources are being allocated so it will run at optimal performance.
So Alexa understood what I said. A VRO workflow is being executed as we speak. And over here, there is a server named Plane, which as soon as VRA and VRO catch up to it, will become powered on. So my environment, it's not all that fast, but here we go. We can see in VRO that I passed it a power on command, and server name was Plane. And then over in VRA, if I refresh, Plane is turning on. And if I go and refresh my vSphere web client, soon enough we'll see Plane being turned on here as well. And there it is, it's on. Pretty neat, right? So let's try our hand at actually deploying a server. Alexa, ask vRealize voice automation to create a server with the name Minecraft.
I have reserved the necessary resource for the Minecraft server, and I have started the deployment of the Minecraft server for you, sir.
Pretty responsive. And if we look over here, I've got a workflow that's actually already done, completed. And I'm deploying a blueprint with the name server. So when I say I want to deploy a server, the name server is actually the blueprint name. So we just called it server because it sounded better in a sentence, right? And I gave it the name of Minecraft. So we could realistically request any blueprint we want, and I'll do another example with a different blueprint as well. But now what we're going to see is VRA. We've got a Minecraft server and it's in the requested state. So that'll continue on to do what it needs to do, and it'll deploy it into, you'll see it show up in vCenter once it actually gets into the building machine state. But let's try another one. Alexa, ask vRealize voice automation to deploy a web server with the name Web.
I have reserved the necessary resource for the web server, and I have started the deployment of the web server for you, sir.
So as you see, it'll take in web server as a blueprint as well. Web server, its name is Web. And so we're going to see another one of those pop in here as well. And there it is right there, requested. Now our Minecraft server should be on its way of being deployed. Here's the clone virtual machine here. It's actually showing up in vCenter. So if you're not familiar with the Echo, you don't necessarily have to hold it this close. I'm just holding it here so you can see it within the video, but normally it's sitting off to the side on my desk, and I go about my business. If I need a new server deployed, I can just ask it, it's going to go ahead and do it. But maybe I want to destroy a server. So let's ask it to go ahead and destroy a server as well. Alexa, ask vRealize voice automation to destroy server with the name Plane.
As you requested, sir, I have destroyed the server blog and removed all its data from my data banks.
And as you can see, not always perfect on understanding what you want it to know. So in this case, I wanted my plain server destroyed, but I actually just destroyed my blog server. That could be catastrophic, right? That's where there are additional things we can do to help it with its voice recognition, but I'm sure me speaking is not the best for its interpretation either. So we saw a workflow run go here. And this was going to be to go ahead and destroy the blog server. Action is destroy. So soon enough, we're going to see the blog server go away. Good thing that's not dailyhypervisor.com. As you see, it went into deactivate machine. So even though it mistook plain for blog, it did go ahead and actually destroy it. So how did we do this? Well, Amazon has something called the Alexa Skills API. And so that's where the starting point was on this. And in the Skills API, they have you define things that are called intents. And intents could be deploy server, could be deploy status, which is one we're working on to get the status of the deployment, destroy server, power server. So those are the different intents, things that I want to have happen. And then for those intents, you create what are called sample utterances. So I have different samples for deploy server, some for power server. And so basically when I talk in those sentences, when I go to deploy, it picks up whatever's in this spot as a variable associated with the name blueprint. And so we're taking in whatever said there, assigning it to blueprint with the name, whatever name said, assigned to host name as a variable. And now we have those things that we can use to pass on. From here, we're actually sending it over to AWS Lambda. And within Lambda, we look for the intents. So if the intent is deploy server, then we go and make something happen, right? Grabbing the variables associated with that intent, defining what the speech output should be for that intent. And then we go on to actually make a REST call to VRO, right? And pass on those variables to the VRO workflow, which takes over and does the rest. And that's basically how we did it. So I hope you guys found this to be pretty interesting. I know it was a lot of fun to build, and I'm having a lot of fun with it here in my home lab. Testing out new workflows. I no longer have to go click all over the place, or new blueprints that I'm deploying, and maybe new workflows associated with those blueprints. I can just talk to Alexa, kick those right off for me, and I don't have to do all that clicking, as I said. So if you guys have any cool ideas for it, let us know. We're adding some new features onto it and doing some neat stuff with it. So we'd like to continue doing that as well. That's it. Later.